Hello guys, and welcome to my first drive on the full released version of Project Cars, the much anticipated and massive new racing game that has just launched. We are here at the almighty Spa-Francorchamps circuit in the Ruf RGT-8 GT3 car, if that's how you say it. Ruf? Yeah, I guess so. As you can see, we got a nice and beautiful sunset going on here in free practice mode. Basically went with some real time settings, so I set the date to what it is today. I set the time of day to what it was at the time when I was recording this, which was about 9 PM, at least for me up in Norway, and I guess that's the same time zone as down in Belgium, so that makes sense. As for the weather, I just left it as a clear sky to start with, even though you have a lot to play with when it comes to the weather settings. I think I counted about 14 different settings, ranging from clear to obviously fully cloudy to lots of rain and thunderstorms and just everything, fog and haze and stuff like that as well. So there's certainly a lot to play with when it comes to the settings on this game. Yeah, I did lie oh, look at that beautiful sunset. But yeah, I did lie slightly when I said earlier that this was my first drive. I did actually go out for a couple of laps just previous to this to kind of check my wheel settings and to just check that my force feedback and everything felt alright, as I am actually using a brand new wheel as well. For me anyway, on this video. I have just bought the Thrustmaster TX 458 Italia Racing Wheel, I think that's the proper name, with a beautiful Ferrari F1 rim add-on and some upgraded pedals as well. Basically because I wanted a wheel that can also be compatible with the Xbox One. Although this gameplay you're watching right now is from the PC. As I'm just flicking through some of the camera angles on this game, there's obviously the helmet cam, which I don't really like too much because it kind of blurs the cockpit and you see less of the wheel. I kind of prefer the normal cockpit view, I think, but it's a really cool little view to have in there. And here you got kind of similar to the T-cam on the F1 cars, just obviously not an F1 car, and obviously the standard chase cam and the bumper cam, bonnet cam as well, and of course back in the cockpit. And I think my plan for this game is to do most of my racing, at least in the cockpit cam. Obviously, as you know, on the F1 games I've usually used the T-cam above the helmet, and on the Forza Motorsport games I've always used the chase cam actually, which is partly because I have been driving those with a gamepad. But I do have some cockpit view experience, of course, from iRacing, because you have to use cockpit on iRacing, and so I will try to stick to that on the Project Cars as well, to kind of get the full immersion, the immersion of being a wannabe racing driver, as I am now about to start my first like proper-ish lap on this run. And the only thing I can see kind of a potential problem with the cockpit cam is that you've obviously, as realistic as it is, of course, you've got the limited visibility. You know, you don't have anything to help you when there's cars around you, like the F1 games obviously have the position indicators for the other cars. iRacing obviously has the very helpful spotter, which constantly tells you when there's a car on the left or the right. But on this you're kind of blindsided, I guess. You kind of, I think we're gonna have to use the look left and look right buttons quite a bit, and just trust our general awareness of where the other cars are on the track. Obviously you've got the mirror in the top right corner there, but obviously that won't show cars if they are directly side by side with you. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge, I guess, to overcome, especially once we get into online races, league races and all that kind of jazz, as we get a little bit of overs there coming out of that corner. I went a bit wide on the AstroTurf, as here we can see the aforementioned look left and look right views. But yeah, this game is shaping up to be very, very impressive. It's got a great selection of cars and tracks, of course. I do not remember the exact numbers, I just remember being very impressed, especially by the track list. Loads of cool tracks there. And the car list, I guess it isn't actually the biggest we've seen in a racing game, but it's got a great variation of different classes that look really interesting. You know, we've got several types of open wheel cars. You've got the GT cars, obviously, like the one I'm driving right now. You've got LMPs, you've got various types of touring cars, you've got road cars, and even go-karts for some reason. So there's obviously a lot to dive into on this game. It should certainly be fun when we get some leagues going on Apex Online Racing in the near future, hopefully. And I do also want to try doing a career mode series on this game as well, which should be interesting. As we're now coming towards the end of this lap into the bus stop chicane, and I braked a little bit too late there and kind of overdid it, trying to correct that. Ended up locking the rear tires and spinning around. and I actually thought that the finish line was on this straight, but it is actually on the next straight on this game. I guess that's kind of the non-Formula 1 start-finish straight. So yeah, that was just some early thoughts and feelings on this game. So I'll leave you now with one lap just without commentary, so you can listen to the amazing sounds and just watch this beautiful car in action in the sunset at Spa. Flat out, up a rouge! Oh, it actually worked. I didn't think it would with this otherwise understeery car. Ah, look at that nice sunset, guys. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please leave a like if you did enjoy, and I will see you soon for some more project cars.